Teman-teman udah pada masuk belum? Apa, Dil?
I see me.
Alhamdulillah. So we will start right now, okay?
Okay.
What
is key?
How is it your experience with UTHM campus?
It's pretty good.
Come on, tell me, how is it?
It's pretty good, sir.
Did they do all the time in English or with Malaysian language?
Full English, but when they talking with their students from Malaysia, so they use Malaysia. But when they speak to us and telling about the material is full English.
How many subject?
3.
3. And what day
Human
is it?
human resource, financial management, and entrepreneurship.
What day? What day?
Sunday,
Sunday?
Wednesday, and Thursday. Yes, Sunday.
Are you sure? Sunday?
Yes.
Oh.
Fifth day in Malay is from Sunday until Thursday. So
That's right.
Friday and Saturday is their
Free
holiday.
day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. They are so Islamic, right? Great, great. And I hope someday you will record the meeting for me. Your class with UTHM, so I can learn also uh, from the lecturer of Malaysian lecturer how they teach student. Can you? Or perhaps you have already some recorded meeting with them?
Uh,
No,
actually,
we haven't.
no,
No, we haven't.
kurang tahu Pak, mungkin bisa atau enggak recordnya itu juga kayaknya perlu.
Oh, okay, okay. So they open the link, you just follow, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What did they usually use?
Google Meet.
Google Meet. Oh. Okay.
Shall we start?
Yes, please. If you can record the meeting with Malaysian lecturer, your friend over here can also feel the same what you feel, right? And I hope someday you can get the recorded meeting, just like what we will do today, right? Okay. So today is about. Oh, I'm sorry. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. It is now the 5th meeting, right? It is now the 5th meeting. The fifth meeting.
Fifth meeting.
The one that I sent to Haji. The fifth meeting.
Yes, sir.
Here is last time, last week.
Aceh. Okay. She will send us the. Okay.
Your junior now is lucky enough to have a student, to have a new friend from Thailand, but only one student. So they must learn to speak English, or the Thailand student will not understand.
The Thailand students join us for 1 month or 3 weeks or maybe 6 months, maybe
If I'm not mistaken, he will join us until graduate. If I'm not
until
mistaken.
graduate.
Yes.
So it's still about 4 years. Wow,
Yes. And
it's quite
it
long.
is what?
It's quite long.
Yes, full student. And
Wow.
it is rarely happen here in UNESA, but actually in another campus, uh, it is normal. Last time when I teach in Universitas Muhammadiyah Malang, I have also student uh, from foreign country, and UNESA is a little bit late actually.
Yes,
And you are lucky too that you have friends from Malaysia. Do you have any WhatsApp group or something?
yes.
Yes, okay.
Every subject have a WhatsApp group with the lecturer.
Hmm. And the lecturer give assignment over there.
Yes, from a yesterday, the lecturer of entrepreneurship give us an assignment, but with group. So four four, four students from UNESA and one student from UTHM. So one group contains 5 people.
Okay, that's a good chance to work together.
Yes.
Is it Malaysian? I mean Malay people or India or Chinese. You know, Malaysian people is multi-ethnic.
There are also Chinese people, I think.
Hmm.
One girl. For the rest, it's all of them is Malaysia, I think, if I am not mistaken.
How many students in your class?
In entrepreneurship, we have 27, but in human resource, it's up to 50. It's quite
Oh,
much. It's quite,
yes, big class.
yes, big class.
Okay. We will start our meeting today, and we will learn about Murabahah and by Bisaman Aceh. Yes, next. Uh, in language, Murabaha is derived from the word Aribho, which means and also has the same meaning with Anama, which means to grow and develop. Murabaha also means Al-Irbah because it is one of two people who transact and give benefit each other. Meanwhile, the term Bai'ul Murabahah is buying and selling with initial price and accompany with the added advantage or we call it profit. Okay, next. Can it be a little bigger? It is so small here. Can you make it bigger, Farid? Thank you. Okay. An expression often used in murabahah transaction. If a seller says, I sold at the purchase price, me or at my cost, along with a profit so. It is usually the seller say that way, or the seller say, I'm selling for a fee that I have issued along with the benefits or profit. Or a seller say, I sell it at Ra'sul Mal, the cost of good. The cost of good accompanied with the advantage or the profit. Ra'sul Mal means, in bahasa we call it harga pokok or the price of the good itself before marked up with the profit. Ra'sul Mal. It is called Ra'sul Mal. Is there any subject of Islamic economy in UTHF?
No, sir. The subject is the entrepreneurship and apa? Tiga?
Human resource.
Nah, gitu.
Human resource, financial management, and entrepreneurship. So it's general, not kayak nggak terlalu apa namanya ke jurusan, maksudnya ya gitu pokoknya.
Okay, I see. Okay, next. According to Asawi, the expression depends on urf. What is urf? Urf is a habit in area where you live. When the trading habit in that place indicate that the cost of good is the purchase price. Only the purchase price means if you want to sell something and you buy it from let's say you want to sell tomatoes and you bring tomatoes from the farmer to the market. So the purchase price is the price that the farmer give you. So the purchase price only and not including costs incurred to obtain these goods, then the third expression falls into the category of the first expression. Means it is it depends. It depends on urf. It depends on urf. Okay, it depends on urf. If the custom or the urf indicate that the cost of good is the purchase price plus with the cost incurred to get it, then he enters the second category of expression. Okay, if you have question, please ask. Yes, continue. Apart from buying and selling murabahah, there is also fikih muamalah, the four other types of buying and selling. The first is musawamah or bay al-musawamah, which is selling at any price without look to the cost or cost at the time of initial purchase. Buying and selling in this way is what usually done in the community, right? Usually done in the community. Usually people just buy any price the seller give. It is very rare and seldom to happen that you ask the seller, so how much did you buy this from the farmer? No, it is very rarely happen. Usually you just take what the seller give you price. Second, buying and selling at-tauliyah. Buy at-tauliyah. Selling at cost without additional advantage. Means break-even point without any profit. The third, buying and selling ishtirak. Ishtirak. Buy al ishtirak. Just the same like tauliyah, but in ishtirak, what is sold is only the part of the object. And the last is buying and selling wadi'ah. Wadi'ah means selling the goods with discount. Next, the dalil. The dalil comes from Rasulullah. The most afdal income is the work of one's hands, or become a professional teacher, a professional doctor, a professional banker. And have you heard that Indonesian Islamic banks is doing merger? I haven't read the news, but the rumor said that the Islamic banks in Indonesia will doing merger. And buying and selling the mabrur. Mabrur buying and selling. So the mabrur is not only in the haji goes to Mecca, but also buying and selling. The mabrur buying and selling. Likewise, the hadith from the history of Ibn Majah from Su'aib. Three things in which there are blessings. The first, selling with formidable payment, or you pay later in installment, or we usually call it a credit in Indonesia. Not cash, but credit. And the second is muqaradah, another name for mudharabah. And the last, mixing oats with flour for home use and not for sale. As a Islamic economic student, at least you must remember these two very important and usually very often to be used in transaction in Islamic bank, which is murabahah and mudorobah. You must remember it and never forget, because that is the most the most often being used in Islamic bank, mudorobah and murabahah. And what is the meaning with mixing oat with flour? Okay, so just like this, if you have rice, and you have a good rice, and which is expensive, and you have also a bad rice, which comes from government, usually for free. In Indonesia, we call it raskin, beras miskin, beras, the rice for the poor. And it is usually free, and it is in a very bad quality, and usually it has a lot of small insect in it, and small creatures, small animals, and very dirty and not so good in smell. But if you have a lot of family member, and you have those type of two, the good rice and the bad rice, you can mix it. So you mix the good rice and the bad rice, so you can get more rice. Because the good rice is expensive. You have only a little, and if you mix it with the bad ones, you can get more. But Rasulullah Muhammad, the Prophet, said that you can do it only for home using, only at your home, not for sale. Why not for sale? Because it contains gharar or uncertainty. Why? Because if you sell it, the good one and the bad one is mixed, and the buyer will not understand how many is the good one and how many is the bad one. So it is uncertainty, and so it becomes gharar. So it cannot be sold. It is not for sale. If you use it, if you mix it only for home using, it is no problem and blessed by the God. And also, just like the first one in this hadith, the transaction, the credit transaction, just like I have told you last time, or perhaps last semester, or usually I often to tell you this, that the credit is no problem in Islam. There is no problem with credit in Islam. And the credit is also blessed by the God. But why? Why it is blessed by the God? Because not everybody can buy anything in cash. So the credit helping the poor one to get any goods in credit, not in cash. The credit is helping the poor. So it is blessed by the God. But the credit must have no usury, must have no interest. So the credit with a 0% interest. Okay, next. When the Prophet Muhammad was about to migrate, to do hijrah from Mekah to Madinah, Abu Bakar, Sayyidina Abu Bakar bought two tail of a donkey. It means two donkeys. I'm sorry, this is bahasa translated. So it doesn't mean that Abu Bakar has only the tail. No. It is a bahasa, right? The correct one is bought two donkeys. Bought two donkeys. Okay. Then Rasulullah said, "Sell me one of it." Abu Bakar replied, "One of them belong to you, Ya Rasul, without any compensation." So it means that Abu Bakar want to give it to Rasulullah for free. But Rasulullah said, if without any price, I do not want. So Rasulullah just want to buy it. He doesn't want to get it for free. Okay. Another story. A history from Ibnu Mas'ud states that it is permissible buying and selling by taking profit of 1 or 2 dirham for every 10 dirham of cost. So it means that you can get 10 until 20% profit in transaction. And some perhaps you have already read some books and or read some statement from ulama. Some ulama said that the profit is limited. The profit is limited, just like this, perhaps. Then you have argument that the profit is limited until 20%. But actually, according to another opinion, according to another argument, the Rasul itself actually never limit or he never say that the profit is limited only for some percentage. So the argument of this opinion is there is no limit in taking profit. The another hujah or the another dalil for this argument is that Rasulullah itself has ever do what is it in English? Lelang. What is it in English? Lelang. I forget. Do you know lelang?
Auction.
Auction. Yes. So Rasulullah did do auction. Rasulullah did auction. And you know that the auction is the price in auction is not normal. The price in auction is not normal. Why? Because the winner is the one who can pay the most expensive bargain, right? So the price in auction is not normal, and so you can even get 1000% profit from auction. For example, the property of artists, usually sold in auction very expensive. Usually, for example, the shoes of Michael Jordan or the shoes of Kobe Bryant, just like so. The price is not just like the normal price of a shoes, because it belongs to somebody very famous. So the price is not normal, and it is allowed by Rasulullah. So some ulama said that there is no price limit, there is no limit in profit taking, and it becomes the advantage, it becomes the superiority of trading. And Allah said that wa ahallallah al-bai' wa harama riba. Allah permits trading, buying and selling, and forbid the riba, usury, interest. And trading can give you more profit. Actually, in riba, the interest is limited. Actually, the interest is usually has rules from Bank Indonesia, and has rules from OJK, etc. And in trading, there is no limit. In trading, there is no limit. It is free for you to do anything in buying and selling and get maximum profit. No problem. The last, al-ijma. Wait. Al-ijma. Yes, al-ijma. The consensus of the ulama. The consensus of the ulama said that the transaction of murabahah has been practiced in various places without anyone deny it. So that means that the scholars or ulama approve it. The fiqh rule states basically all forms of muamalah is permissible. I'm sorry, this the translation is not so good. The all forms of muamalah is permissible, except it is forbidden by some ayah or hadith. So next time you will have the subject of kaidah, the law, kaidah or law in Islamic economy. Perhaps you will get it next semester. And in that subject, you must remember at least 30 kaidah. 30 kaidah. One of it is this kaidah. The kaidah said that al-aslu fil muamalah al-ibahah hatta yadullu dalil ala tahrimiha. So you must remember 30 kaidah just like this, and this is only one, and you must remember 30 kaidah perhaps next semester. And the meaning of that kaidah al-aslu fil muamalah al-ibaha hatta yadullu dalil ala tahrimiha. The basic of all muamalah is permissible except there is evidence to forbid it. So this kaidah is the opposite. The muamalah has the opposite, conditions from ibadah. So ibadah and muamalah is the opposites. Why? Because in muamalah you can do everything. You can do everything except it is forbidden by Sharia. You can do everything. But the opposite in ibadah, you cannot do anything. You cannot do anything except it is told by Sharia. So you cannot do anything except it is told by Sharia. For example, so there is no creation. There is no something new in ibadah because you cannot make your own rituals. For example, why the subuh pray is only 2 rakaat? And I think I'm strong enough. So next day I will have subuh pray in 5 rakaat because I think I will get more. I will get more benefit from Allah. I will get more pahala from Allah. And it is a mistake. Why? Because every rituals, every ibadah is haram. You cannot do it without any telling, without any order from Sharia. So that is the opposite. Muamalah, you can do everything except forbidden. In ibadah, you cannot do everything except it is told you to do that. Okay? Any question? No question. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I think you have already known my style of teaching, right? You have already known my style of teaching. So usually, and it is nearly the time of mid-test, So I hope you study hard. And you have known my style of teaching that sometimes what I said is more important than what is written in the PowerPoint or perhaps in your in the book or anything else. So you must pay attention a lot and don't hesitate to ask me if you feel unclear about something. Okay, quote by Karim that the scholars of different school has different opinion on what fees may be charged on selling price. Maliki school scholars, for example, allow it costs which are directly related to the sale and purchase transaction. and the costs which are not directly related but give added value to the item. According to Mazhab Maliki. Okay, next. Nah, according to Mazhab Syafi'i, the generous fees or the usually the general fees is arise in the sale and purchase transaction except for labor costs, because the labor cost is included in the profit. So the costs that do not add value to the goods may not be included as cost component, according to Mazhab Syafi'i. According to Mazhab Hanafi, the fees which generally arise in buying and selling does not allow costs that usually bear by the seller. What is it? Let's say, what is it? The cost that usually bear by the seller. Let's say the cost of electricity, for example. If you have a shop, a small shop in your place in the market, and usually the electricity is not included to the cost of goods sold, usually. Okay. Next. Mazhab Hambali. Mazhab Hambali say that all costs, live or indirectly, can be charged at the selling price, while such costs must be paid to a third party and will add to the cost of goods for sale. For example, you need help from another production agent, and you ask them to help you to produce something, and it is called the third party. And according to Hambali, it is okay to give it in your cost for every item you sell. Next. From the various opinions, it can be concluded that all four schools allow the imposition of direct fees, direct costs that should pay directly to the third parties. The four school agree, the four mazhab agree that it is not allowed to charge the related direct costs with work of the seller, and the seller should do and cost directly related to useful things. Okay, if you have a problem or difficulty in this, PowerPoint, you can ask the Bahasa version. I will give you later. 3. The four schools also allows the imposition of indirect costs paid to the third parties, and the work must be done by third party. If the job has to be done by the seller, the Maliki school not allowed Yeah. Well, the other three school allow to make it one of the costs. And the four school agree not to allow the imposition of indirect costs if they do not add value for the good sold. For example, I'm very tired selling these goods, so I need to go to the massage. After selling goods, I go to the massage and let somebody massage me. So I include the cost of massage into the cost of goods sold. So according to for mazhab, it is not allowed. It is not allowed. Why? Because it is a indirect cost, which do not add value for the good sold. Next. Okay. Advances or in a fatwa from MUI National Syariah Council or DSN MUI, DSN MUI in Indonesia, use the term of urbun. What is urbun? Urbun is the down payment. Down payment. If the seller has bought the goods order while the buyer or customer cancel the money advance or the down payment, so the down payment is used to cover the loss. But the amount of money advance is less than the amount of loss. The seller can ask for a deficiency. And if it is excess, then the seller should return the excess to the buyer. For example, you want to buy a house, and you are going to a developer. And after you say, okay, I will buy it, then you pay down payment. And after you pay down payment, the developer start to build your house. For example, the land is still has nothing in it. The land has nothing in it, and so the developer start to make, let's say, foundation. The developer making a foundation for your future house. But then suddenly you cancel the transaction. Suddenly you cancel the transaction, and the developer has already finished the foundation. So the developer is getting lost. So when the money you have paid for down payment is can cover the losses of the developer, it is no problem. If your money is bigger or more than the loss, the developer must pay back for you. But if the down payment is not enough to cover the loss of a developer, you must pay more to developer. But usually it rarely happens. Usually the down payment is just missing, and the buyer who cancel is just go away also. So this is rarely happen in actual events. And the ideal one is just like this actually. Okay, next. Okay, just looks like I will ask this about Urbun in mid test. In mid test, looks like this is very interesting. Okay. Kinds of application. The kinds of application. First, murabahah working capital. This is the types of murabahah, which usually you can get it from Islamic bank. First, murabahah working capital that is intended for the purchase of goods to be used as working capital. Working capital is a type of financing required by the company for day-to-day operations. Application of murabahah for working capitals needs caution because if there are many types of goods, usually the bank has difficulties to determine the cost of goods of each goods. For example, you have a business to rent a car. So what is your working capital? Your working capital is a car to be rented. A car to be rent. So that is the working capital, and you have no money to buy cars, so you ask a bank to help you by akad murabahah. Next, investment murabahah is financing medium or long term medium financing, which purpose to purchase capital goods for rehabilitation, expansion, or project creation. The new project creation. For example, you have already a rent car company, but then you want to expand your business. So you want to expand your business, you want to buy a land, to become your garage, for your cars. So it is an investment. The third murabahah of consumption goods is a personal financing for non-business purpose, including financing home ownership and car. Consumption financing is usually used to finance purchase consumer good and other durable good. The guarantee that is used for this akad usually the form of financed object, land and buildings, or the place to live. For example, you want to buy car, a private car. You want to buy a private car, and you have no money. Then you ask a bank to help you buy a new car, but the guarantee is your new car itself. How is it to be? So the new car, you can use your new car with your what is it in English? You can use your car with STNK. But the BPKB, the proof of ownership, in Indonesia we call it BPKB. The proof of ownership is still in the bank, become the bank guarantee, and it will give it to you after you finish the payment of your new car. For example, you want to buy a new car and you have no cash, and you pay a new car for a 10 years credit. After 10 years, the proof of ownership is given to you by the bank after you finish the financing. Okay. So there are three types, murabaha for consumption, for investment, and for working capital. Next, roles and methods relating to the murabaha between others, among others. Number one, it must be used for halal goods. Okay. Number two, the actual cost of the goods and sold must be known by buyer. Number three, there must be an agreement between two parties, the buyer and the seller, about the selling price, which includes the cost and profit margin. So there must be agreement. Number four, if there is a dispute over price, principle of sale, or there is no agreement, or the buyer feeling not right about the transaction, the buyer has the right to terminate and cancel the agreement. Okay. Next. Number five. If the item to be sold was purchased from a third party, the sale and purchase agreement with the first party must be valid according to Islamic law. Okay. For example, if you want to sell somebody's car, if you want to sell somebody's motorcycle, you must first own it completely, right? You must own it completely. For example, you cannot sell a motorcycle that is not completely belong to you. For example, you want to sell the motorcycle you get from a leasing company. You buy a motorcycle for 3 years credit, and after 2 years you have already get boring, and you want to sell that a motorcycle, but it is not allowed by law. Why? Because actually it is not yours completely. It is not yours completely. It is still still owned by the leasing company. So if the item to be sold was purchased from the third party, the sale and purchase agreement with the first party, let's say the leasing company, must be finished yet. Okay. So don't buy something that is not clear. Okay. Next, number 6. What is it? Murabaha holding up. Yes, Murabaha holding up. Next, holding up the key position with where is it? The key position number 2 after the principle of profit sharing in Islamic bank. So just like what I said before, that you must remember these two types of transaction. You must remember it and never forget it. Murabahah and mudharabah. That is the most used akad. Dissent means the different opinions among ulama. The four schools, the four mazhab agreed not to allow. Oh, okay. This is the same, just like the last slide, right? The four. Okay. Next. Yes, you can. Types of sell and buy. The types of sell and buy flow from the object of goods for sale. The first is by al-mutlaq. By al-mutlaq, which is exchanging an object for currency. So just like I have explained to you in many times, that if you want to be safe, transact goods and money, or goods become money, or money becomes goods. When money become money, it is not allowed, because usually contains riba. And if goods become goods, it is also not safe, because sometimes the price is not equal. The price is not equal. So the safest, the most safe transaction is money to goods, or goods to money. Just like by al-mutlaq, exchanging an object for currency. Number 2, by as-salam, exchanging debt for goods, or selling an item delivery which is delayed with an early capital payment. If you want to remember it easily, just remember by salam is just the same like you buy something online. By as-salam, by salam. Okay. Next, by sorf. By sorf is exchange currency for currency. Or exchange gold for gold, or silver for silver. This form of buying and selling has conditions. Mutual handover, the same type of good. There is no khiyar, and submission to good are not delay. For example, you want to buy dollar, you want to exchange dollar with rupiah. There is no khiyar in it. Why? Because the currency price is changing every second. So you cannot khiyar, you cannot return your buying after a time. So for example, last time I bought your dollar very expensive. But you know, now the dollar is cheap. So you must give me and return my money. And you cannot do it. Why? When did you buy your dollar from me? I buy it. I bought it from you last week. There is no here in it. Why? Because every second the currency price is changing according to political and social conditions of a country. So in the currency by al sarf must be not delayed, and there is no khiyar, and mutual handover. Mutual handover means the goods must be changed at that time, in the same time, because you know, time is money. Changing time means changing value. Different time, different value. By al muqayyadah or barter, which is the exchange of asset for asset, other than gold and silver. Say and pay in this require to be the same in the amount of levels. For example, exchanging dates with VAT. But you know, today the barter is rarely used because we have already money or currency. Okay, continue. Types of sell and buy, view of exchange rate limits. Divide into three kinds. By al-musawamah, buying and selling carried out by the seller without mentioning the original price. Okay. By al-muzayadah, the seller show the market price, then the buyer purchase higher price. Al-amanah, it is called al-amanah because the seller is somebody to be trusted because he is honest. He is honest to notifying the original price of the goods. And by al-amanah consists of three types, which is, yes, continue. Continue, Farid. By al-amanah consists of three. By al-murabahah, the seller selling the goods at the original price plus profit. By at-tawliyah, the seller sell his goods at the price origin without adding or break-even point. And the last, by al-wadiyah, the seller sell his goods with discount. Okay. Types of sell and buy view from delivery of exchange value for replacement of goods. What is it? Let's see. You know, actually in the original version of the PowerPoint, it is not like this. Actually, it is not like this. But then I use the translator, and then I use a software to change PDF to PowerPoint, and then the result is just like this. And I must correct some words because the direct translation with Google is sometimes containing error. Just like the assignment I give you last time, I asked you to translate my PowerPoint of here, right? And it is good. It's good. I can see a lot of pictures and so colorful. But perhaps you missed to check the translation and there is still some bahasa Indonesia in it. Okay. What is it the last time? Okay, so by Munjis al-Athaman, Munjis Athaman, buying and selling in which payment in cash required, or also called by al-naqd, or cash transaction. By muajjal athaman, buying and selling by credit. By muajjal al-musman, buying and selling like by asalam. So by asalam. So you pay first and the object comes later. By muajjal al-ibadain, buying and selling debt with debt. And this is prohibited by Sharia. Okay, next. Types of sell and buy seen from the laws. From the laws. The laws. Okay, what is it? According to the laws, by al-munakid. By al-munakid is the opposition of by al-batil. By al-batil. So what is by al-munakid? The buying and selling which is permitted by law. Okay, next. Permitted by law or syara. Number 2, by as-sahih, and the opposition is by al-fasid. The sale and purchase which is legally in Islam. By al-fasid means the transaction is dirty or damaged or not correct, not sahih. Next is by al-nafis, the opposition of by al-mawquf. By al-nafis is the opposition of by al-mawquf. So by al-nafis is buying and selling by people who is capable. In Islam, the people who is capable is baligh or property already baligh and reasonable or not crazy. By al-lazim is the opposition of by ghairul lazim. What is by lazim? By lazim is the completely sahih, perfect buying and selling, and there is no khiyar in it. Why? Why there is no khiyar in it? Because the both parties of seller and buyer is in agreement, and in antarodin, the both of parties is has no problem in it. So it is also known as by al-jaiz. Okay, any question? No question. Yes, next. BBA. What is BBA? Bai Pithaman Ajil. Bai Pithaman Ajil, or also called Bai Al-Taksid, is buying and selling with time deferred payment and additional price according to ISKA. Bai Pithaman Ajil is to sell at the original price plus with a profit margin that has been agreed upon and paid on credit according to Muhammad. Baik Pithaman Ajil, namely the provision of goods by PMT parties, and the buyer, the member or customer, must pay in a manner installment or in credit with a specific period of principal plus the profit. In determine the amount of profit, PMT can vary depending on the length of time and what is it? I can see it, Farid. Please go down. Depend on the length of time and the level of business risk. So the if you are diligent enough to read journal of Islamic economics, there is sometimes research about how a bank can determine the margin murabahah or the profit must be taken from a certain transaction. There is many research about it because it is various from every PMT or Islamic bank. It is vary and it is competitive. Okay, next. Definition of Bai Pithaman Ajil or Bai Al-Taksid as mentioned above contains three understandings as following. Okay, number one, Bai Pithaman Ajil is the same as buying and selling in general and includes in Bai Al-Nasi'ah, payment on due date or pay later. However, this buying and selling is not limited cash or it means credit. Number two, items purchased in Bai Pithaman Ajil are delivered at the beginning. Okay, next. And the payment is submitted at the end. Number three, the payments are made in installment at a predetermined time according to akad. Okay. Muhammad Aqla Ibrahim thinks there are several guidelines which can be used as guidance in understanding Bai Pithaman Ajil. First, merchants sell their merchandise or credit provided that the price is higher than the price in cash. Okay, so the price in a credit usually more expensive than the price in cash. Is it okay in Islam? No problem. No problem. Why? Because Rasulullah has ever buy one goat, you know goat, kambing. Rasulullah would buy one goat with the price of two goats. Why? Because Rasulullah pay it later. So it is a credit transaction. One goat with the price of two goat. So it means 100%. And it is no problem. So the price is higher than the price in cash. The second one pays the debt gradually. So let's say every month gradually installment at the appointed time. So usually, let's say, credit for 5 years or credit for 10 years, or if you buy a house which is very expensive, usually you take 15 years, 15 years or 20 years credit. Though the payment installment are something for which payment is required be paid in installment at a certain time. Okay. Next, dalil. Hadis of Rasulullah. This is just like the last time, right? There are three things that contain blessing. Murabahah. Baik bisaman ajil or murabahah with credit, mudharabah and mix with barley. Okay, next. Ulama opinion. First, the law is permissible. This opinion was expressed by Jumhur, consisting of the four mazhab, and also Sahabat, Tabi'in, and Zaid bin Ali. While the second opinion is haram, according to Zaidiyah, one sect of Shia, Ibadiyah, one sect in Khawarij, Imam Yahya al-Jassas al-Hanafi, and some Syafi'iyah scholars, some Hanabilah scholars, and Mazhab Zohiriyah. The difference in opinion is due to their perspective in understanding the following. Okay, please go down, Farid. Yes. So the difference in ulama opinion. Why it is different? Because one, additional price in baik bisamin ajil categorized as usury or not. So the ulama is different opinion. Some ulama said that it is just like the riba nasi'ah. Riba nasi'ah means if you cannot pay this month, and the interest is increased. If you cannot pay this month, the interest is increased. It is called riba nasi'ah. So to be safe from riba nasi'ah, the transaction of baik bisaman ajil cannot give penalty. For the customer that still no money to pay at the end of the time. You cannot give penalty. Okay, so that is number one. So where is the slide? Farid is gone. Where is Farid? Okay, looks like Farid has some trouble. Thank God. He is back. Yes, can you return to the last page we seen? You know, usually the one who present the slide is not the one who record. So usually I need 2 person to help me. One guy record the meeting, another guy present the slide, and okay, you can ask your friend. Yes, please somebody can you help Farid to present the slide? Okay, so this is very wasting time. Actually, you can choose somebody to be co-host. You can choose somebody to be co-host so he can uh, present the slide. Okay, while you are what? The time is up? Are you sure? It is a three credit semester. Usually from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock and 30 minutes, right? Or do you have another class after this? You have another class after this? Hello?
Not yet.
No. Okay, if you have no class, I must continue because it is not yet finished. It is not yet finished. Yes, I know it is 15:50, but we started in 14 in 14, right? It will not take a lot of time. I think it will finish soon. Okay. If there is a problem with the slide, thank God. Okay, just a few more slide. Okay, no problem. Where is it? Okay, this one. Can you make it bigger? Okay. Number two. The cause of difference opinion about halal and haram in baik bisaman ajil. Number two, baik bisaman ajil is generally found in cheap price of high price, and some ulama say it is a syubhat because it can classified into two transaction in one transaction. So Rasulullah has ever forbid two transaction in one transaction. Bayatain fi bai'atin. Ulama said that bai' bisaman ajil is just like that. Why? They said that there is two price. The price of cash and the price of credit. And so it contains gharar. But actually, if you have chosen one price, then there is no gharar in it actually. So if you buy something and you choose to take the credit, then the price of cash is terminated, right? Because you have chosen the credit one. So actually, it is not bai'atain fi bai'atin. Okay. Next, the special terms associated with bai' bisaman ajil, according to Muhammad. The price of goods with bai' bisaman ajil is higher than cash. Number two, the period of repayment is determined by agreement. Okay. Then number three, if the customer is unable to pay, the bank will find the wisest way. With whatever path the bank takes will not impose sanctions, will not give penalty or repricing of the same contract. Because if the bank doing so, it is called riba nasi'ah. So even if the bank really takes the penalty for the customer who pay late, the penalty usually goes for social activity. Usually the penalty goes for activity that is not profitable. Next, where is it? It's too small. Bai' bisaman ajil special terms by Anang Hidayat. The price of the goods determined and known by the seller and buyer. Payment or installment known by both parties, and the time spent is limited. Number three, the original price is not allowed to be increased because of pay late. Okay. Too small. Can you make it bigger? The buyer should also too small. The buyer should aim to use it regularly, private or resell as merchandise, not to make a fake transaction. Not to make a fake transaction or hilah. Okay. So I think you can read the rest. But I must give you assignment just like the class of Fikih Muamalah this morning. I must give you this assignment, special assignment for today's meeting. So the class is consists of 14. Okay, the class is consists of 14 with me, so 13 students. Am I correct? 13
Yes.
students.
You're correct, sir.
Oh,
It's
30.
30.
Okay, so please divide the class into 3. One group, please give example of baik murabahah. Okay. The group number 2, please give example of baik bisaman ajil. And the third group, please give example of hailah. Okay, you can find it in the last slide I give it to you. Hailah, the fake transaction which is forbidden. Okay, so please provide this example in the group, and we will discuss it more in the group. Okay, so let's finish this meeting. If you have any question?
Sir, I have a question.
Okay.
Contohnya tadi minimal berapa?
Oh, about assignment.
Ya.
It's up to you. But don't make it one only, okay? Well, at least 2 or 3.
Alright, sir.
It's easy. You can find it easily in Google. Okay.
Okay,
And
thank you, sir.
according any question about the subject today, you can ask in WhatsApp group, okay? And also the example you will have, and we will discuss it later. Okay, I must finish this meeting by doa akhir majelis. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. I'm sorry if I have a mistake or something unclear. You don't understand. You can ask it later in WhatsApp group. Thank you for your attention and see you next time. Insyaallah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ngantuk.
Alhamdulillah.
Suwe anjir.
Malu banget aku tadi ngomong kayak gitu.
Masih nge-record. Halo,
Ya ampun, iya ya. Nang di offin recordnya.
Farid.
Dadah.
Tugas apa ya tadi? Wes lah.